When you're eyeing a machine that promises 10 needles, a 7-inch touchscreen, and the ability to stitch a hat as easily as a tee, the first thought is usually, is this really worth the price, or am I just buying a glorified hobby kit? I've been in that spot more than once, scrolling through endless spec sheets, trying to separate the hype from the stuff that actually matters when the needle drops on fabric. That's why I want to walk you through the real-world experience of the Smartstitch S1001, so you can decide if it fits your workshop, your budget, and the projects you actually want to finish. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Let's start with the biggest question most buyers have. How hard is it to get this thing up and running? The S1001 is marketed as an upgraded new generation model with a friendly learning curve, and that claim isn't just marketing fluff. The machine arrives in a crate with a full starter pack that includes a handful of preloaded designs, a hoop, stabilizers, and a quick start guide that walks you through threading all 10 needles without needing a separate bobbin change for each color. In my first hour, I was able to load a basic logo, select the design on the 7-inch touchscreen, and have the machine start stitching a cotton tote bag. The touchscreen layout is intuitive, icons are clearly labeled, and you can zoom in on the design area before you even start the needle, which saves a lot of guesswork that older machines force you into. That ease of setup translates into a practical strength for anyone who plans to run small batches or take custom orders on the fly. 10 needles mean you can dedicate each one to a specific thread color, so a multicolor logo that would normally require you to pause and rethread after each pass becomes a seamless run. For a boutique that offers embroidered shirts, caps, and patches, that reduces production time dramatically. The 9.5 by 14.2-inch embroidery area is also generous enough to handle most standard apparel pieces without having to reposition the fabric multiple times, which is a hidden time saver you only notice after you've done a few orders. Now, the speed figure, 200 stitches per minute, sounds impressive on paper, but you'll quickly learn that speed isn't always the most useful metric. If you're stitching delicate fabrics like silk or lightweight jersey, you'll want to dial the speed way down to avoid pulling or puckering. The machine lets you adjust that on the fly, which is great, but it does mean you have to be mindful of the material you're working with. In my tests, the higher speed shines when I'm working with sturdier cotton canvas for tote bags or denim patches. The stitches come out clean and consistent, and the job finishes in a fraction of the time compared to a single needle unit. One practical weakness that tends to get glossed over is the machine's footprint. 10 needles, a large embroidery field, and a built-in touchscreen push the chassis into a size that needs a dedicated workstation. If you're operating out of a cramped craft room or a tiny apartment, you'll have to carve out space not just for the unit itself, but also for the power outlet, a sturdy table, and a storage rack for the extra bobbins and stabilizers. It's not a portable, plug-and-play device you can stash away after each session. Another nuance is the learning curve for advanced features. While the basic functions are straightforward, the S1001 offers a suite of software options for editing designs directly on the machine. That's powerful if you like to tweak a logo's size or rotate it without a computer, but it also adds a layer of menu navigation that can feel a bit clunky at first. The good news is that Smartstitch includes a completed training package and offers ongoing technical support, so you're not left stranded when you hit a menu you don't recognize. In my experience, a quick call to their support team cleared up a confusion about thread tension on a hat brim in under 5 minutes. Speaking of hats, the ability to embroider on curved surfaces is a feature that separates the S101 from many entry-level competitors. The machine comes with a hat hoop that holds a baseball cap securely while the needles move around the curve. I tried a simple embroidered logo on a cotton cap, and the result was crisp with no distortion, a common problem when you try to force a flat-only machine onto a 3-dimensional shape. If you're planning to expand into headwear, that's a genuine value add that you won't find on a lot of 10-needle machines aimed solely at flat fabrics. So, who should actually consider buying the Smartstitch S1001? If you're a small business owner who needs to produce multicolor orders quickly, especially items that go beyond flat tees, think hats, patches, tote bags, and even light jackets, this machine checks a lot of boxes. The 10-needle setup cuts down on rethreading downtime. The large embroidery area reduces the need for rehooping and the included starter pack